Thank you for tuning in to Devos today. All this week, we're going to be talking about God speaking to us. So the question which I have here is, does God speak to us? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying God can't do something miraculous. It's not normal that a person would hear the voice of God. Now, in a miraculous situation, God may do that, all right? I have never had that. So I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about the normal situations and why God would speak to us. So let's the first one. God spoke to Joseph. Yeah, I brought a message at Christmas all about Joseph. We're going to look here in Matthew 2, verse 12, and how he's kind of look like put in the background. Well, when you look at that story, they only really talked to Mary the one time, but Joseph, God kept sending angels to. And here you'll see he sent an angel to warn him. Look at Matthew 2:12. Being warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed to their own country by another way. Okay, so even God's son, he had trouble in this world. The devil was out to destroy him. And so we have Joseph and Mary, which is like, Joseph is his foster dad. And so I guess you could say his stepdad, his human father. They had to run to protect him. So Jesus had to go through all the trouble and the tribulations, the hatred, the persecution, even more than what we have to go through today. So God will speak to you to warn you about something. Now, I want you to notice that when angels came to them, when an angel came to Joseph, they came as men. Did you ever think that a warning came to you from someone and maybe that person is an angel? Did you ever think that? I believe with all my heart, somebody comes along, they help you, your car's broke down, they change your tire, and here's not really a person, it is an angel. That's another whole study in which we have done, and I believe many of you already have had encounters. In fact, the Bible says you won't even know till you get to heaven the encounters of which you had with angels. Okay, but this angel came to warn Joseph, but he came in the form of a man. Look at Joel 2, verse 28. We say, well, that was way back then. The Bible says right before Christ returns to the earth to set up his kingdom, it said, and it shall come to pass that afterward I will pour my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. The Bible says in the last days, God is going to make himself known, and that people will have visions. People will have God speaking through them, to them. I believe, now I'm not going crazy on this, but I do believe that there are times in which God will talk to you in a dream. And many times it is to warn you. We're talking about warnings here today. And we really need to listen to the voice of God. Or you'll go to church and you'll hear a sermon and all of a sudden something just hits you. And you start getting really nervous. Or you have this, what I call the God moment. And God is speaking to you. And that message which is coming out is for you. I like this because we live in uncertain days. Even though we're getting warned about things, keep your face always towards the sunshine, or I like to say the sun, and the shadows will fall behind you. Hey, listen, no matter what God is warning you, especially the days in which we live in right now at this moment, and listen, God is here, and he's going to protect us. Now notice with his own son, they had to go on the run. They had to hide them. They were put to the test on their faith, and your faith also will be tested. So I just want you to trust him today.